Everybody, welcome back to Real Estate Makes Us Drink. Brian Quinlan here from Daniels Real Estate.
Not Brian Quinlan from Nest Mortgage Group.
Also known as
Brad Nickham.
And we have a
also
guest
from Nest Mortgage Group, Matt Braun.
The reason the mortgages close. That guy right there, Matt Braun.
You know, I feel like the last several episodes we've had has been like celebrity time. We have Fred.
Fred's amazing.
We have Ruben.
Oh my gosh.
Or what do we call him?
Rupert on accident.
Rupert. I called him Tony once. And now we have Matt Braun. We had Stephanie Quinlan in there too at some point.
Gosh. My wife won't even watch this show.
You guys are moving on up, I can tell.
Just like on the east side.
We had to go
song just play in your head?
A little bit. We had to go all the way to Florida for you.
That's right. Right. I came up north only once it got warm. Excited to be here.
Just for this. This is the only reason he's here.
Kinda.
Yeah,
Wow.
true story.
That's bold.
So before we dig in to the legend, the all of amazingness that is Matt Braun, I have a couple questions for you.
For me?
Yep, you.
What am I drinking?
Let's start with that.
Let's start there. Wait a minute. Cheers. Welcome to the show.
Cheers.
Right. Here, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. All right. Well, I'll ask the typical question. What tequila are you drinking today, Brad?
I'm drinking Camacho's Blanco. This is like a really funky
Interesting
Blanco.
bottle.
Doesn't sound like you.
Camacho's Blanco tequila.
Tequila.
Oh,
So yeah,
anti-Brad.
1586. Every tequila that comes out of here is amazing. That's like that's a grown-ups tequila because it's got a little bit of a funky taste to it, but it's really good.
Well, that's
Like for you
delightful.
who we talked about
Sold.
it. Really, what did we call them last time?
Taste pals.
Yeah, taste pals. He doesn't have a taste palate. He's just got a bunch of pals in there that don't really pay any attention.
Right. No buds, just pals.
Just pals. So yeah, it's a good tequila. And I also threw on something that I haven't wore because it didn't fit for so long. It just didn't fit. Like 2012. This shirt I bought at the Cabo Wabo Cantina when I first got addicted to tequila back in like 2000.
All right. You ready? I'm going to throw this bus on top of you. A few episodes ago, it was, I'm going to start doing P90X. And Brian, you can hold me to this. Hey, Brad, how's the P90X coming along?
I haven't felt you hold me at all. Actually, this week I didn't do P90X, but I did work, and Matt can attest to this because he was here preparing for the podcast. I spent days climbing up and down and carrying that giant ladder while we put a bunch of lights above the pool.
Oh, that's right.
And I sweat like, couldn't use my normal joke, but it was really bad. And
And you fell into your...
I did.
That hurt.
Yeah, I went into my house and tripped. Fell over the step.
Wow.
Felt like it dislocated my shoulder, bruised my legs. So it goes back to this song that I loved when I was a kid that Sum 41 did. We laugh when old people fall.
Oh,
yeah. I was the old
That's
people.
you. Okay. Well, nice
It
job.
happened. It was
I guess.
great. So what are you drinking, Bubba?
This is from local brewery, Mashcraft. I think I've had it on the show before, though, but it's been a while. So this is Easy Shuffle, which is a Hefeweizen, German, citrusy kind of beer. Matt, you tried it here a little while ago.
A lot of flavor. Not my favorite, but it's a lot of flavor.
All right, well, we'll count it as something good, I guess. Yeah, I really like Hefeweizen beer, so as it turns out, this is a good one.
How do you say that again?
I've always heard it as Hefeweizen.
Can you spell it?
Hefe. You wouldn't even know if I say it right.
I wouldn't. Yeah. I can't spell it.
W-E.
There's a V in there somewhere, isn't there?
Actually, I think the W is the V.
How's a W
I'm not
make a
German.
V sound?
I don't know. Good grief. What are you drinking, Matt?
Matt over here is sticking with tried and true. Great summer.
Great country that it comes from.
That's
and only, in my opinion, the only way to make that beer a little bit better, load it with a shot of tequila. It's called a loaded Corona.
That does
Have you ever done that?
good.
no.
Well,
Not true. You have,
His
because
prompt.
I made you do it.
Beyond that, no.
Every bad decision that Matt Braun has made has pretty much had me somewhere in the background going, come on, dude, let's do it.
As it pertains to drinking, that is a fact.
So you said
So,
you had questions.
I did. You answered one of them,
Oh, what I was drinking. Okay.
what you were drinking. And then how was your trip to Tony?
Oh, man. So Tony's was a really good time. And before we went, Ruben sent me a text message. He goes, hey, want to apologize. I'm not going to be there tonight. But just want to let you know we got you all taken care of. And I was like, I mentioned the gummy bear drink that I was really excited about having. He says, I got you covered. So awesome. We get there and we were a party of, I think there were 10 of us.
Did you get the room?
We had the private room, I guess, in the middle.
Cool. Yeah.
Yep. A little cold in there, but otherwise it was good. Our server was great, and it was like a army of servers. That we had our main person taking the orders and all that, and then there were probably 2 or 3 others who kept bringing either drinks or clearing the table or bringing in
Phil
food.
or Alexander?
Honestly, I don't think Alexander, based on the description in the last episode, pretty sure it was not Alexander. But so we're sitting there, everybody's ordered their drinks, and I turned to, I think her name was Haley, and I said, so I'm going to be difficult. She goes, the gummy bear drink? I go, yes. She goes, got you covered.
That's
I was
awesome.
like, Ruben, you're the man. And a couple minutes later, Ruben walks in with my drink. I'm like, dude, I thought you were off today. He goes, I had to make a special trip here. I had some work to do here anyway, so I was in it. I got you.
That's
and
fantastic.
it was a high quality fruity drink, which I do enjoy those. Nobody else at the table, got to taste it because I'm a selfish ass like that. And number 2, it was pretty sweet. So
Yeah.
you gotta like sweet drinks to be okay with that one.
Food good?
Food was excellent. We left there pretty much in a food coma.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, and I got the steak that you had mentioned, the one on
Jack
the
Dry
boat.
Aged,
Yeah,
yeah.
that, which was super tasty. My wife super enjoyed her food. Now, with so many foods that were mentioned on the last episode, we could not possibly order all of them.
Did anybody get the tuna tartare?
I don't believe anybody got the
You
tuna
missed out
tartare.
on one of the
actually.
best things there. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
well,
What about the grand pepper?
no, I completely forgot about the pepper mill.
Good.
So
There'll be something.
that just
for
means I
next
got to
time.
go back next
Yeah.
time.
So Matt's had an experience at Tony's, right? What did you think of Tony's when you went?
One of the best restaurants. Brad was great. Take my wife Dusty and I out before we left and moved to Florida from Indiana, and wow, it was
I want him
excellent
to-
service. Food was amazing.
I want him to move and then go, crap, we have to move back. That food was too good. Because
Oh, the
Matt's a
seafood-
foodie.
Seafood down where I live is pretty.
Seafood is good.
I
where
bet
you
it
live.
is.
Yes, it is. So great experience.
Yep.
Ruben took care of you.
Absolutely.
Food was amazing. You had a great drink. Loved the whole thing overall. You'll go back.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. So then the last question I have for you is we put out 2 contests in our last video.
We did.
One of them was to mention in the comments and text me if you found a prop change on the show. And I did not get a single text. And I
Wow.
don't think I seen any comments that mentioned it.
I did not see any comments either. There were a few comments on the Tony's contest.
Yes, well, they were going after the $100 instead of the 25.
Understandable.
So maybe we do the prop change thing again since no one's paying attention.
Okay.
All right, we'll do that one again. So sometime during this show, there will be a change that will not be an obvious change. Brian will not point at it.
Maybe I will because I didn't do it on purpose last
He's
episode. But as I was
subconsciously
watching it, I was totally pointing at the prop change.
So how are we doing the winner for the last contest? Are we doing it on this show or are we doing it on the next show?
We edit these or we record them and edit them midweek and all that. So, if you're watching this, just know that in a future episode, whether it's the next one or the one after, not entirely sure, we will announce who the winner of that is.
So you better keep watching.
Well, for sure. You always got to keep
Right.
watching, for goodness sakes.
Share, like, tell your friends. Be like Fred and get addicted to real estate makes us drink.
He is addicted. I actually, somebody had made a comment on the Tony's episode, and the way that she had commented, you knew she'd watched previous episodes.
Nice.
That's somebody who watches the show. I
Yeah,
like
we
it.
love those. We're trying to be the next Friends but on YouTube.
I don't
pretty
think that's a
famous show.
thing. All right. Well, if that's what you're going with.
I drink like Matthew Perry. You look like Jennifer Aniston.
Thank you. Must be the hair.
I always wonder if you have any because you always have a hat on.
I do. I honestly, I came here today and I didn't have the hat on in the car. And I was like, do I wear the hat? Not wear the hat? And I thought, I wear a hat in almost every episode. So it's kind of become my thing.
Yeah.
So
It's your signature.
I feel like it is. Yeah. And I was at a closing and the closer, who's a friend of mine, he's like, so weird seeing you without a hat on. I didn't know you had hair.
You broke out the normal hair
I did.
program?
I went a little more professional that
I don't
day.
know when your realtor's
I was actually filling in for somebody, so it wasn't even my closing. I didn't bring the big hat. And
Did none of it.
I did none of it. I had a Dre shirt on. That was about it. So,
All right. Well, Matt, I'm going to throw some questions at you.
Sure.
These are all going to be difficult.
ooh,
Where are you from? Where'd you grow up? And how did you get your start in the mortgage business?
Wow. So I was born in Cincinnati, Ohio, but didn't live in Ohio. My mom was a nurse at the hospital where I was born. So we lived in northern Kentucky, in Florence, Kentucky. Lived there till I was, 4 or 5 years old, and then moved to Indianapolis. Dad got a job transfer, so he moved to Indianapolis. 1977, I believe.
got a long move for you?
Not very long at all. Yeah.
Do you remember it being
74.
difficult?
No, don't remember much.
Stuck your ass in the car and boom.
That's right.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Absolutely. Probably got spanked before we got out of.
Because that's what we did back then.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
Get back in the car.
And I had 2 brothers, and I was the middle, so we always got in trouble.
Heck yeah.
So we moved to Indianapolis, grew up in Indianapolis, went to Pike High School, got into banking right out of high school, was in first year of college, got into banking, and then ended up in the mortgage industry, subprime business, and had met Brad and Peter in another business venture. And as it just kind of worked out, I ended up leaving the non-conforming type of company and joined Brad and Peter in 1998. Worked with them till 2008 when things kind of came crashing down. And then I went into banking, worked for Huntington Bank for 11 years until one day they called and said, hey, you and your team have done such a great job. We've decided to move on.
Yeah.
Was that on a Friday?
No, actually, it was on like a Tuesday.
What?
And
That's surprising.
by Wednesday at 4 o'clock, they took all of our access to our computers away. Wow. One day. Done.
No
After
kidding.
11 years of service.
See
Thank
you
you
later.
so much.
Well, I have to tell you, as horrible of a feeling that was for you.
It was.
Oh, thank God. He doesn't know it, but I was on the other side praying to the mortgage gods that he would lose his job.
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome, my friend.
Is there a prayer book for the mortgage gods?
Yeah, it's 2 times 3 amortized over 30 GNI 360 payment. That's how you
There you
talk
go.
to him.
Nerd.
Very nerdy.
Yeah, it is.
COVID, all the bad things that happened because of COVID, which I don't really have any, but you think of all of how horrible it was. The best thing about it was we learned to work at home. And we figured out systems to where we didn't have to go to the office. And one day Matt called me and he's like, hey, my wife's getting transferred. We're going to take this job in Jacksonville. And I think he said, I don't really want to quit. And my comment was, I haven't seen you for like 4 months. I really don't care where you live.
Right. Yeah, it's been
And
great.
I don't know that if that hadn't have all happened, in the way COVID changed the way we think about work, I don't know that we would have even thought about it.
That's probably true. At that point in my life, be able to manage that much younger in my
Right. It's really it's worked out perfect. The only thing for me with it is I like hanging out with Matt. The blessing that he's down there is he hasn't punched me or quit because we had to see each other all the time.
He can just hang up on you.
right.
He has.
Right.
Done with
Yes.
this.
We've hung up on each other a couple of times.
not very-
He's hung up on me more than I've hung up on him.
Well, we don't get those high highs and lows quite as bad.
Oh,
We were
not like we
younger.
used to. Yeah, we actually were the WWF of working in the office together for many years.
Brad, let's just say Brad is a master button pusher.
Oh, yeah, I bet he is.
Yeah, you've seen me.
I have.
You only know this much. Sarcasm is one of my sinsuperpowers.
Bilingual. English and sarcasm.
Yeah, and the other one's Googling. I'm really good at Googling. So since you've made this switch back from the first time you were in the business,
Yeah.
which is very different
Very.
from what we do today.
Totally different business.
It is. And even what we do, I think is different. What do you like about what we do today?
Well, first, so back in the day, everything was manual. I mean, gosh, we had Polaroid pictures glued to the appraisal pages and then had to
ridiculous.
FedEx the entire package. It was insane.
It's crazy.
And, back then you had to go to every customer's home, ink sign every document. It was just a lot of extra effort. So I feel like today the business is just so much more streamlined and so much more technology sound. Although one of the challenges that we get to deal with is, unfortunately, not all clients are technology.
That's for sure.
Yeah, I have a meme not too long ago. It's what I feel like when my customers say they can't e-sign, and it literally is
The sloth.
It's the Ingalls family in a horse and carriage.
That's
It's
right.
the Prairie
I thought
family.
there was another one
What
with
was it called?
sloth. No?
No, the sloth was, I need you to get everything to me as fast as you can. And he went,
How do you do with people in their slow speed of response?
Well, Brad will just stalk them down. If that's the case. I'll get
100 calls a day.
That's right. But technology is a big deal. Some people are good at it, some aren't. Even some young people aren't good at it, which surprises me. But we have some clients that are younger, some that are older, and technology is a challenge at times. But banking information, oh my goodness, that's like the bane of my existence.
Getting people to understand what a bank statement is and what a pay stub is. This is my favorite answer I get from people. I need you to send me just your last 4 pay stubs. I don't get a pay stub. Well, you do. Now, it's not given to you in a paper format where you can look at it, but it comes in your payroll. I don't get a payroll. Wait, how do you get paid? It just shows up in my bank account.
That's right.
Magic.
It's somewhere.
Magic.
There's a paper telling you what it's supposed to be. I ask people all the time, how do you know if you got paid right? Ooh.
They don't.
They don't.
Have no
Yeah.
clue.
Yeah. Back in the day when I got those, I didn't look.
And he was guiding the youth of our
That's
future.
correct. That's correct.
And I look at my pay stubs before I even get paid online. But that's why Brad and I work well together.
Yeah, I don't even get a pay stub. I mean, I really don't get a pay stub. There is no payroll. Matt, okay, here's a question for you. Tell me what you do in the mortgage business today and what you think I do.
Question.
Wow, we do so much. I mean, we're A to Z, buddy. So, I mean, basically how this works, Brad and I combined our strengths. So I'm going to go ahead and start and answer that question first. What I think you do. Brad spends all of his time on the phone. He spends all of his time marketing, calling people, calling realtors, and obtaining our new business. So he does a great job at that.
You ever
Thank
get
you.
surprised that he gets through as many calls as he does? Because he's a talker. He and I will have a conversation that just rambles sometimes.
Brian, that is a phenomenal observation. See, he's getting a call as we speak.
Yeah, perfect timing, though. Continue.
Yeah. Brad is a man of many words.
He is.
I think he would be much more efficient with his time if he'd be a little less wordy.
All right. What? Yeah.
But I love him anyway.
Exactly, guys. Sorry. I interrupted.
So Brad gets the customer in the door. He gets all of that figured out, and then once he obtains their documents and has them sign their docs, he hands it over to me. And my goal is to make it as smooth as a process and efficient as possible, that the customer thinks, "Wow, this wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be," and the realtor thinks, "Man, this was a smooth transaction. I can't wait to do business with you guys again." That's our goal.
Yeah.
So in your daily process.
Yes.
So I know that I talk to the customers. I try to make our realtors feel excited about working with us and as special as possible. And then once I get that customer booked, signed up, purchase agreement, gather their info, and then I turn that over to you.
Mm-hmm.
And from that point, you not only manage the entire processing staff and underwriting staff, but what do you feel like the hardest part of that, and also the most rewarding part of that you do?
Yeah. So, the hardest part is just sometimes asking for documents that customers just don't understand why we need them. And then not only that, but then getting them to send them in a way that an underwriter will take them. That can be challenging. But at the end of the day, I mean, we want to make this process as easy and smooth as possible because we've been doing this for a long time. And so we want our customers to feel the fact that, hey, we're being taken care of. But the reason why we do it, and the same reason why Brian probably works with all his clients, is just to help people achieve home ownership.
Oh, definitely. Brad has talked about at the show before how many people there are involved in a real estate
Oh my
transaction.
goodness, it's amazing.
Now, I am fortunate that on my end, 5, less than 10 for sure.
Sure.
How many people are you dealing with?
I've never counted the numbers, but when you think about there's a processor, there's a loan officer, there's going to be an underwriter, there's going to be a title person, title search person,
Junior underwriter.
Yeah, there's junior underwriters. There's
an apprentice.
It's way more people than you would think.
Oh, for sure.
It's nearly 100 people when you really look at the total process. You've got a loan officer, a buyer, a seller, a realtor, a listing agent, an appraiser. Right. So then now you have an inspector involved as well. You're probably going to have some kind of inspection response that you guys are going to work through, potentially a contractor that's going to make a repair.
Yep.
Then an appraiser that's going to do a re-inspect to make sure repairs are done. You're going to have a title person, a closer, someone that writes the abstract, a title underwriter, someone that's going to go record that mortgage after it's closed.
An insurance agent's going to write the insurance on that property.
Right. And then inside, you
appraiser that's going to appraise the property.
Right. You got a loan partner that manages the staff. You got a processor, potentially a junior processor, somebody that works at the credit reporting agency that puts your credit report together. You've got
document preparation person that's going to prepare all the documents.
Closing person, not to mention
I'm getting dizzy just going back and forth between the two.
We're going to order verifications of employment, and the employer is going to fill out information. We're going to sometimes get verifications of deposit. We're dealing with the banks. It's 100 people in the process, and Matt and I's job, which together we both do a great job at it, is corralling all of these folks to show up at the closing table on time.
That's right.
That's a lot.
On time.
Impressive. Nice job, guys.
Thank you, Brian.
That's a lot.
He really does it all.
Nice job, man.
Thanks, man.
But Brian, I want to relate it to one other thing. And that's why, the people say, oh, my realtor, he's just going to show me the house. Right? Especially
thank you.
In the way that this market has changed, and with all of the changes with the NAR lawsuit and everything, do I really need a realtor? Really, do you? Do you know how to write the purchase agreement? Do you know how to negotiate with that seller? Do you know how to find out if there's going to be title issues that you have to worry about? Do you know how you're going to respond to an inspection response and what things on that are going to be important?
That's a big one.
And how to negotiate that? What happens if the appraisal comes in low? Do you know how to negotiate that process?
That's a big one.
How do you even know how to appeal the appraisal if it came in low by utilizing the comps that only your buyer's agent has the availability and understanding of how to read a comp grid to know if you can help them or not? So if you can do all that by yourself, you probably should also represent yourself in a lawsuit.
Yep.
You should do your own taxes so you can meet with the IRS when you get audited.
All right.
And you might give yourself your own prostate exam.
That sounds terrible.
That does sound. I will say, realtors are so invaluable as partners in what we do.
Thanks.
Because we need to reach out to them on occasion to get the ball rolling if things get stuck. And the great realtors that we work with, they're always right there to help us.
And, to be honest, in what should be every case, I have some sort of personal relationship with that person. They've never met you.
It's true.
And won't likely meet you at all throughout the process.
Absolutely.
So, there's not necessarily the trust or the need, maybe their own personal need to try and get back to you quickly because they don't know you. They don't understand the urgency.
Absolutely.
And, reaching out to a realtor when needed, like, hey, they haven't responded to me yet. Can you do something about that? That's helpful.
Absolutely.
Or our favorite thing. I'm going to say this is one of Matt's favorite things.
His favorite in quotations or italicized?
Oh, no, this is, I'm telling you, this is one of his favorite things. Brad, can you get the realtor to mark that the appraisal is accepted and give me the seller's signatures on it?
You're talking about the purchase agreement.
Exactly. We get so many purchase agreements that we just didn't get page 9 filled out. And then Matt's like, is this appraisal accepted?
It's like, I know this used to be an 8-page document, but it's 9
There's
now.
9 and we're missing one. Is this purchase agreement accepted as is? And I'm like, I think it was.
Let me make a phone call.
Every once in a while, we have to make some phone calls. That's right.
No, but it really is a team effort. And I think the best
team.
Yeah, the best transactions, it's everyone doing their part.
100%.
I got to ask, are you obsessed with your job like he is? Because
Absolutely not.
He goes on vacation, but always to a place where he can keep working.
Yeah, so that's where he and I are like on opposite ends. I came from corporate America where I got 6 paid time off.
6 weeks paid time off, Brian.
Dude, I was a teacher.
You were a teacher.
Right.
You only worked 6 weeks.
I got 10 weeks off a year.
That's been one of our struggles, to be honest with you.
I do what it takes to get it done, so it's really awesome. So I've been really, I truly feel like I've been blessed to have you as a team member and to make this work. So
I feel the same.
now, if Brian, we need to ask Brian to really step it up with some buyers so we can really show
Yes.
him how much more. I mean, we've improved since our last deal. Like, we're the Kansas City Chiefs, brother. We get better every time we go out there.
I'm sure.
So we need a deal,
Which
bro.
one are you?
I'm
Kelsey, Mahomes?
I think I'm a version of Mahomes and Gronk put together.
Just much shorter.
Seriously.
Much shorter.
Oh,
much,
my.
Yeah. Much poorer.
Sure.
A little less athletic.
A lot less athletic.
How's the arm strength?
It's poor. I mean, the only thing I
I'm not.
lift,
This reference is falling apart.
my only lifting I do is a glass of tequila and I'm like typing.
And lights.
But I can promise you, Patrick Mahomes can't pick up the phone like this guy can.
Yeah, he's gonna get 4 no's and be like,
I'm done.
calling his agent.
Hey, in celebration of your wonderful partnership, it's time for some shots.
Oh, dude, I love the part when we do shots, and I know you hate it if I pick, so you pick. Or Matt can pick.
Matt?
Actually, I know what Matt wants to pick. It's in the refrigerator.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, he knows. Yeah.
Well,
Get it.
Moonshine?
I don't know.
Grab it.
Sweet.
I
This
do.
is sweet drinks. Uh-oh, I don't think you like this flavor.
You hate
I do dislike banana flavor, but
Damn it.
as it turns out, I'll apparently do shots of whatever because
Okay.
we do tequila on the regular in here, and I'm never a fan.
Oh,
we're good. We're good. We have what appears to be Old Smoky Banana Moonshine.
It tastes like banana pudding.
Okay.
So maybe your taste pals will be able to like this one.
Maybe a little bit more like taste buds. Wow.
Oh, that
wow.
one's Brian's there.
On your side.
Brian likes the big drinks.
That is false. Go, buddy. Yeah, you know what? You like it. You can have
I can do
the
that.
one
I
that's a
know I
little,
like it.
little bigger.
All right, so a little Old Smoky's banana pudding moonshine. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
That's good.
That's decent.
You like that?
That is
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good
really
choice.
good.
So I'll bring up something else that you guys will easily talk about that I don't give two poops about.
Sports? Oh, sorry.
I think the Pacemates are playing tonight. And I can honestly tell you, I know they beat the Knicks, the Knickerbockers. I have no idea who they're playing tonight.
That would be the Celtic.
And it's
they're
game
playing
2.
the Boston Celtics.
Bastard.
Wow.
Game 2 and
They gave up game 1. They should not have lost.
game 3 will be Saturday, which will have already happened by the time this episode comes out.
And then will it be over?
No, it's not possible to be over because it's best of 7.
So they got to lose 4 in a row.
Correct.
Okay.
Or at least 4.
Which
Doesn't
they're
have to
not
be in a
going
row.
to. They're a pretty good team.
All right, I'm gonna go on record here, and I'm gonna say they're gonna get swept.
You think so?
And it's not because I don't believe they're a good team. I don't watch the NBA much because I don't like the game that the NBA plays. But I check the score because I'm interested.
Sure.
And the other
you
night,
had a whole Facebook post about how they did wrong at the end.
correct. That's where I'm going.
Okay. I'll shut up.
Just drink your tequila. So I checked the scores the other night. Like minutes ago, I noticed they were winning by a small amount. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll watch the end. So I turned it on, and sure enough, in the last minute and a half, they pissed away the game.
Well, they went to overtime.
Well, honestly, as soon as that dude Jaylen Brown hit the 3 to tie the game, and they went into OT, I said to my wife,
It's over.
I shut it off. I go, the game's over. They just lost. She goes, what do you mean? There's all of overtime. I go, it doesn't matter.
Right.
They had their opportunity.
Yep.
They just lost right there, and
Slipped away.
I'm afraid for their sake that they woke up the Celtics. And Celtics had lots of days off, which in the world of sports is often detrimental to a team. So they came out probably flat. Pacers, had just played. They were fired up, all that. I mean, played great from what I understand. But now I believe they poked the bear, and it won't shock me if they get swept. Let's be honest. The Celtics are a better team. And the Pacers took advantage of two teams in Series 1 and Series 2 that had injuries to major players. Should they really be this far? Maybe not.
Yeah, but can you at least give them a little credit that they're the highest scoring team in the NBA?
Oh, for sure.
And their defense has improved just since the playoffs have started.
Also true.
So I think
they're doing great.
They're going to hang in there. Whether they lose all four, they're going to hang in there. They're going to be close games.
I think so.
Yeah. So.
I'm not sure tonight will
tonight
necessarily.
Would be the one that potentially could be a blowout.
But either way, whether they get swept or not, I don't think they're going to win the series because I think Boston just as a team that doesn't have other than Porzingis, and he may be back anyway. They don't have any major injuries that are going to, I think, cost them the series. So
yeah, the Pacers' depth though is another really gave the Knicks just had somebody to back in.
Well, they only had like 5 key players,
right? Yeah,
that were playing.
The Pacers bench outscored the starters a lot of times. So
correct.
Is that one guy still in the Knicks though? That was also in the movies.
One guy on the Knicks who was in the movies.
Yeah, like he hated Reggie Miller and
Spike Lee.
Yeah, yeah.
Right there on the front row.
He was never on the Knicks.
He was part of the Knicks. He's part of the Knicks.
He's the super fan of the Knicks, and yes, he is still there at all the games.
I bet he was sad.
He probably was.
All of the commentary were sad because they knew the Knicks were going to win in 7.
Oh, really? So it was like,
Yeah, the ESPN, I feel, took a lot of heat in recent days. Yeah, because it just seemed to be like the Knicks network.
Yeah.
And
that's all right.
Again, I didn't watch much of the games. I certainly didn't watch any of the pregame.
Nobody ever gives Indianapolis any credit.
Well, their record of winning championships is so deep.
That is a fact. Fair.
Not great.
Fair.
I mean, I feel the same about them as I do Purdue winning an NCAA championship in basketball.
Could not care less either way.
Right. I am always mark saved on Facebook of caring about how the game turned out. But I also know that I'm never going to go into Mackey Arena and wave at their championship flags like I would if I went into Assembly Hall.
You do like to bring that up.
I do, yeah. I think it's awesome. I didn't go to either college. I went through them all.
Yeah.
Got to one end, popped a drink, went all the way through the other side. So, I went through Purdue.
Yeah, big campuses.
Went to Ball State. That's a good one. You ever been there?
I have, yeah. We
Did you
toured
have a party there?
No. Actually, first time I went there.
You're from Illinois.
Yeah, first time I went there was when my daughter went and toured it to consider going to college there.
She partied through there.
No, she did not. No, she didn't go to school there, and I don't know that she's ever been to a party there.
I forget where you went to college.
IU.
Oh, I did know that.
Yeah. I have, let's see.
Were you a Phi Delta Delta?
No, I was not in a fraternity.
Not a fraternity.
Maybe. Hell, I don't know. All right, now yeah, I've been to St. Augustine a couple times. Big fan. Very nice city. Gorgeous. All right, I don't know of any part of St. Augustine that isn't fucking tourist.
It feels that way for us locals as well.
I bet it does.
Yeah. But there are places that locals hang out. I've only been there 4 years, and I tend to get stuck in the same rut of going to the same places that I know and like.
You eat where you like, you like what you eat.
That's right. But, I didn't even know when we came to St. Augustine that it was the oldest city in America.
You didn't pay attention to history class.
No,
apparently.
I didn't. Yeah, founded in 1565. So it's really historic, super cool area with lots of
I have a good story about the history of St. Augustine that coincidental. Sorry,
wow.
continue. And
go ahead.
So we took our kids there on vacation a couple years ago.
Okay.
Or within the last 10 years or so. And we did all the touristy stuff, of course. We happened to be there, and total coincidence, on the day where they were celebrating the 500-something anniversary. They had a reenactment of Ponce de Leon coming to...
Say that one more time.
Ponce de Leon.
That's nice.
Thank you. Coming to, shore, and then he came, read some proclamation, and they had a whole big celebration. And, it was a to-do. But
pretty neat.
Again, I like the U.S. history kind of stuff, so I found that pretty cool.
So did he discover America?
That'd be Amerigo Vespucci. You're welcome.
There's
lots of debates on actually who discovered America. So
I thought Christopher Columbus landed in St. Augustine.
I will tell you that at this point, I think we can guarantee the person who didn't discover America, yet his holiday is still celebrated in October. I find stupid.
I mean, this right now, to me, I am this many days old when I found out that Christopher Columbus didn't discover America.
Well,
And this is damn near as devastating as finding out Pluto is not a planet.
a downward of a day for you, isn't it?
So St. Augustine, great place. If you've never been, highly recommend it.
Big fan. Yep.
I think we should actually, I have another shot for us to do that has to do with St.
now?
Augustine. Maybe we do a half a shot.
Oh, I know what you're going to say. Yeah, let's do it.
Half a shot of St. Augustine bourbon. There we go. This is a shot we can try. We picked this up when my wife and I visited St. Augustine, and we came down, we took the motorhome down and stayed a couple weeks in Florida a few years ago, and Matt took me to the St. Augustine Distillery. This is a great bottle of bourbon. I can't read what
Can you
that
do
says.
tours there?
Yeah. it's pretty
Oh, I
cool.
don't personally do tours,
But
no.
one could.
But one could.
I have a
Absolutely.
bottle that I bottled. I got to bottle it out of the barrel.
You know what?
Shrink wrap
That's
it.
actually not true. We do tours, but for family only. Because anytime our kids come, they always want to go downtown, and it's
Gotcha.
Big.
You'd give him a tour.
I would.
Yeah, he's one of our realtors. We go,
Absolutely.
just so you know, Matt and Brad go above and beyond for all of our real estate agents. And if you want a tour in St. Augustine, Florida, you let us know and Matt will facilitate
So
that.
now, like I said, I've been to St. Augustine a couple times.
Yeah.
I would imagine the tour would include things that the normal tourist maybe doesn't see. Got ideas for cool places to take people? I've never done
I
the
don't.
ghost
On
tour.
the spot, I
That's
really
okay.
don't, because, again, it's such a historic area, and everyone just talks about, the lighthouses that walk on. Castillo de San Marco, National Park, amazing. The fort,
Been there.
the Bridge of Lions, and all the downtown.
Been there.
Yeah. Yeah. So you've already seen it all.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any other hidden gems that I
Okay.
can't think of.
Matt Braun still will facilitate amazing tours for our realtors. And if he ever,
Earlier you had said you didn't want one. Do you?
no, he'll
I'll
have
take
one.
just a
little
small,
bit.
just a small shot.
But he'll say to something to me like,
That's perfect.
I got to do a realtor tour. And I'm going to say, yeah, remember when I went to all those closings and sales meetings that you don't have to go to?
And it'll be on YouTube forever. So you can just say, please refer to episode 30.
Episode 30. Episode 30 will be the episode where you find out about St. Augustine bourbon. This is actually bottle number 53 out of 300 bottled in 2021. Cool. It is a 112 proof cast strength
Well, that'll burn a little.
bourbon, and the building that it's in is in the bottle there. It's really cool.
Since the last time I was at St. Augustine with the one and only Stephanie Quinlan,
Yes.
she was not as into the bourbon and alcohol as she is now. So
Well,
that
she's been married to
has
you
to be
longer.
a stop the next time I go.
The longer you're married to Brian Quinlan, the longer and
more you
deeper
need to
get
drink.
into alcohol.
Right.
You ever find yourself in downtown St. Augustine?
Yes.
Check out it's called the Chatsworth Pub. British pub right downtown.
Okay.
Chatsworth. Such a quaint.
Okay.
That's a great shout out to the Chatworth Club.
Yeah.
There you go.
Maybe gift certificates are maybe in order. All right. Well, let's give this bourbon a little haul here.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers, my buddy.
Cheers. 2 shots, 1 show. Oh, Lord.
That is.
All right. It burns more than the banana moonshine did, that's for sure.
Very, very oaky.
You want to compare that to the Fortune's Full and have another shot?
No.
No.
I can't do that either because I'm still got all this tequila.
Beer chaser for that one.
I still got all the tequila to drink.
So this is a normal thing now in various places, but last time I was in St. Augustine when we went to the golf tournament, we visited, that whole strip of historic places and little shops, and not far from like the first schoolhouse little location, right?
Yep.
There was a bar that you walk in and you essentially purchase a debit card, and you can walk around and they have multiple taps throughout, and you fill your own beers.
I'm not with that
I
one.
have no idea what it's called. I'm only assuming it's still open, but maybe it's not.
Yeah, I'm not.
But I thought that was such a cool idea. You're responsible for, for like $20 on a card. You go and you pay per ounce on the beers that you get, which is a great idea.
I'll have to find that one if it's still there.
I'm sure I can find a picture of it because I know I took one because I was like, this is a pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
It's probably, if you scrolled back through the 4,276,183 social media posts.
Yeah. You know how long it would take me to get there?
14 years.
Oh my gosh.
One of the hardest things about being in downtown St. Augustine, so many restaurants, bars, and things to do. Hard to just find something.
Yeah.
Gravitate towards what you know and like.
And maintain your same pant size.
Right. There's that too. Absolutely.
Now, is there an area where there are like a bunch of restaurants that the locals go to just to avoid tourists? Or
that Mexican restaurant by your house, that was delicious.
Yeah, I mean, there are. I've only been there for just shy. Like I just said, it's amazing how we tend to frequent the.
Yeah,
that's true.
But there's some amazing, really top-notch.
I'd like to throw this out to the audience. Have you been to St. Augustine? And what is a place that you like to go visit when you're in St. Augustine? Because you know what? I might go back and visit Matt Braun.
Yes.
And I'm going to need some ideas potentially to go check out. So give me an idea of a place to go that you like down there.
That Matt maybe hasn't gone.
Absolutely.
Every time we talk, he'll tell me where. One of our rituals on Monday mornings is, hey man, what you do this weekend?
Right.
We always catch up from each other's weekend, and every once in a while he'll go, dude, we went to this amazing restaurant. It's been a couple you've thrown out, and they're like, this is awesome. And so we don't find a lot of new ones here because I go to the same dang place all the time. But every once in a while we find a new one like the Santa Claus or restaurant. Fisher's amazing. But you seem to find new ones often.
Well, we have some friends that have lived there for many years, and they're foodies, so they do a regular tour of different restaurants. We always just hit them up and suggestions.
It'd be awesome if somebody put a comment on one that he'd never been to. Then he goes to it, and then we could do a remote guest appearance.
I'm going to do a plug for one more restaurant.
Oh, all right. There you go. Plug them.
So when you come to St. Augustine, there's a place called Osteen's. It is a fried shrimp.
Oh, okay.
It is the best fried shrimp you'll have ever tasted in your entire life.
Probably not a place that I would enjoy.
No,
my wife probably like that, but fried shrimp is really not my thing.
It's amazing.
Brian's favorite food is just a bowl of oatmeal, something with no flavor.
Very untrue. I just want to circle back. The Santa Claus Mexican restaurant.
It's not called Santa Claus.
I think
what the hell?
That sounds a little like that.
It's close to that. It's a brand new restaurant in Hamilton Southeastern.
Oh,
it's probably got the Santa in it,
right?
But not the Claus.
Probably
it's
not.
owned by Santa Casa, maybe.
Hey, that makes more sense.
There it is.
It's owned by the same people that own Avita. It is, to me, the best Mexican restaurant I've ever ate at in Indianapolis. They have. It's a reservation place. It's not your normal.
The authentic place.
Very authentic. They had a short rib that was the same texture and flavor of what I've had in mi casa in Cabo San Lucas, one of my favorite meals. We actually ate cricket tacos. The first one was
disgusting.
Well, no, the first one was delicious. The second one tasted it just as good, but I got in my head that it was. The third one was fine. Their tequila selection is getting better. I gave them a lot of suggestions.
I'll bet you do.
The food was amazing. Everything there was amazing. So maybe we could go eat there next weekend. My treat. I'll take it there.
Wow, that's great. I won't be here.
Ah, dang it. I knew that.
It's fine.
So there is a very special day coming up before we end today's show. A very special day coming up on Sunday. And I know that Brian really loves this day. He's really excited about this day.
Fired up.
People gather from all over the world for Brian Quinlan's birthday.
Yes, that's correct.
Birthday.
It's going to be a party of 250,000 people.
Yeah, that's right.
Nowhere near me.
Oh, no, they're going to be near you. They're going to be 20 miles from here.
That's true. That's true.
They will be gathering. There'll be I think we'll sing Back Home Again in Indiana, which,
right.
people from Illinois love.
Is this event televised?
It is a televised
Do they
event,
still
but
release
not
balloons?
in Indianapolis. It's not televised. You have to be outside of Indianapolis or here at my house
Get
where it
your
will be
VPN.
televised live.
nice.
They're going to sing, the God Bless America, the national anthem.
All for you, Brian?
It's
Well, it
amazing.
doesn't happen every year just for me.
Oh.
And then they it's a lot of turn left racing.
A lot of that, yes.
Yeah, that's
and this episode will, if I get my shit together, will actually be uploaded on said
On that
birthday.
day.
So
You said shit together. I like to say poop in a group.
Poop in a group, which is a great phrase.
It is.
Did we have a prop change on the show?
We did. So if you've made it all the way to the end, which we really appreciate when you do, because it helps our algorithm.
I'll hold
right?
my hands down here so
And,
I don't give it away.
Yeah, normally Brian's like, and we changed something. So again, something's changed. Now, it's not that we added this or that we set our drinks down. So a normal, something that's on the show every single time has changed. And if you point it out, comment and text me. The reason you have to text me is because when you comment, we don't necessarily know how to get a hold of you. But if you text me, then you can get added to the list. We'll draw out a winner and you will win a $25 Amazon card.
Outstanding.
Mainly because nobody ever goes, ugh, Amazon.
Am I eligible for this?
No.
Oh,
You are
Now,
not. Nor is your wife.
my wife loves Amazon.
If you would decide to start watching the show, because this is episode 30. And here's the neat thing about the 30th episode. There are 29 other episodes that Matt Braun has never watched. You probably aren't even a subscriber, right?
What? I'm just kidding.
Because, subscriptions help our algorithm.
That's correct.
So we need your help. We're asking for your help.
Okay.
We're asking for his help and your help. If you viewed this today, reach up there and like the episode. Please subscribe. And the best way to show your love to everybody is to share this with your friends.
Absolutely. All of that helps.
Sharing is caring.
It
Sharing
really
is caring. Yeah, I agree with that. That's a good one. That's as good as today is a gift. That's why we call it the present.
Again, you should put that on a t-shirt.
I have it on a t-shirt. It's underneath this one.
All right. Well, on that note, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you being here. Matt Braun, we
Cheers.
appreciate you being here.
Thank you, guys.
And have a
Appreciate
safe
you
journey back to St. Augustine.
Thank you.
And Brad, once again, thanks for hosting. Cheers,
No worries.
my man.
Brian, thanks for coming out tonight. Matt, thanks for doing this. I know that this is outside of your normal comfort zone.
almost
and
my
we're
bedtime,
dang
too.
near bedtime. We're almost 7 o'clock at night.
Oh, my.
I told him, I said, you got to see these lights in the dark that we put up. They're really awesome. And then he came out and the sun was nearly over there. He's like, this is dark enough.
Yeah, I'm dark enough.
All right.
We love it.
See you
Thanks.
next time.
Cheers, everybody.